Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the last lecture of chapter 9 ICSE Biology, Tissues, Plants and Animal Tissues. And in today's lecture, we are going to cover topics like muscle tissues, then neural or nervous tissues, and also we will be solving some questions. So let's begin with our first topic. Muscle tissues are the tissues that help the body in its movement, and they are the tissues that forms the muscles of the body. So let's write it. Muscle tissues are the tissues that forms the muscles of the body. Okay, and they help the body in its movement. Okay, so they form muscles of the body and they also help the body in its movement. So now this muscle tissues is categorized into three types. One is straighted muscles. Second is unstraighted muscles. And the third is cardiac muscles. Okay, let's write the other names also. So this straightened muscles is also known as striped muscles, voluntary muscles, okay, and skeletal muscles. Now, this unstraighted muscle is known as unstriped muscles, or we may say it is known as smooth muscle. Then involuntary and unstriped. Okay. Now, the cardiac muscle is known as heart muscle. Now let's draw the diagram also. So this is how a striped muscles look. You will see these stripes present on the muscles. This is the nucleus. Okay. Now let's draw smooth muscles. They are smooth because they don't have stripes present. So these are the smooth muscles. Okay. Now let's draw cardiac muscles. So they are also striped. Okay. So this is the cardiac muscle, this is the smooth muscle or unstraighted muscle, and this is the straighted skeletal or voluntary muscle. So now let's study these classifications and their comparison in detail. So straighted muscles are the muscles that are under the control of our will. Let's write it. Are under the control of our will. Means we can control them. Like if we want to move that muscles, we can move that muscle. So it depends on our choice. Now, unstraighted muscles are the muscles that are not under the control of our will. So are not under the control of our will. We'll see the examples, okay? Now, cardiac muscles are the muscles which are also not under the control of our will. So, let's write it. Are not under the control of our will. Let's get this with example. So these striated muscles, they are found in our arms, leg, face and neck, and we can control these muscles according to our needs. So are found in arms, leg, face, neck. Okay, these unstraight muscles, we don't have control over them, like the stomach wall, intestine wall, urinary bladder. Okay, all the functions of these specific organs are performed by them only. We do not control them. Okay, so they are found in intestine walls, blood vessels and urinary bladder. Okay, now these cardiac muscles are specifically only found in the walls of the heart. So are found only in walls of the heart. Let's see the next one. These striated muscles are striped. So they are striped. Okay, we saw this in the diagram. Suppose this is the striated muscle. So you will see stripes like this. Okay. And these unstriated muscles, they are smooth muscles. Means they are unstriped. You won't see such stripes present like this in case of unstriated muscles. Now, cardiac muscles, they also have these striations, so they are also striped. Now let's see the next point about nucleus. So these striated muscles, they are multinucleate. You may see multiple nucleus present. Okay, so they are multinucleated. Whereas the unstriated muscles, they are uninucleated. You are able to see only one nucleus present, so they are uninucleated. And in case of cardiac muscles also, they are also uninucleated. Means only one nucleus is present. So this was all about the types of muscles tissue. Now let's study about the neural or nervous tissue. Neural or nervous tissues are the tissues that receive and conduct impulses throughout the body. So let's write it. Are the tissues that receive and transmits messages in the form of nerve impulse throughout the body. Okay, it may receive the messages from sense organs like eye, skin, nose or tongue, and then it transmits the messages to the brain or spinal cord or muscles. Okay, and it happens throughout the body. Suppose you touch a hot object, so our skin will sense that, okay, and the nervous system will transmit that signal to the brain, and the brain will tell you to get away from that. So this is the example of that. Now this neural or nervous tissue consists of nerve cell. So let's draw the diagram of a neuron or nerve cell. These hair-like projections are called dendrites and a single is called dendron. So these hair-like projections are dendrites. Okay, this is the nucleus and this empty space is the cyton or perikaryon. Okay, so let's first draw the whole diagram, then we will do the labeling. This is axon. Okay, so let's draw. Okay, and this is the axon terminal. This is axon. Inside I am drawing the myelin sheath. This is myelin sheath. Here something is wrong. Okay, now let's do all the labeling. So this hair-like projection is dendrites. Okay, now this is the nucleus which is present in the cyton or perikaryon. So this whole is the cell body, and this cell body, it consists of cyton or perikaryon. So this is the cyton and perikaryon, and this whole is cell body. So cell body consists of cyton or perikaryon containing the nucleus. Okay, and this whole is axon. Okay, in axon. Now this is the myelin sheath. Okay, and this outermost layer is the neurolemma. Okay, and this small depression is known as node of Ranvier. You just need to remember the labelings. Okay, you don't need to remember the function of this. And this is the axon terminal. Okay, so this whole structure is what? It is a nerve cell or neuron. Okay, now note this point that this multiple axon or bundles of axon form a nerve. Okay, multiple axons, they bind up together and they form a nerve. That collection is known as nerve. So this was all about neural or nervous tissue. In this, what happens? This dendrites, it receives the signal, and from that the signal is transmitted and it reaches the axon terminal, and from this axon terminal it moves to the next neuron till it reaches our brain or the spinal cord. Okay, so this is the process that happens in this neural or nervous tissue. Now let's solve the questions. Let's solve this question given at the back of your book. So the question says, study the diagram and answer the question. So we have to see this diagram and answer these questions. So part 1 says, identify the tissue and give a reason to support your answer. So from seeing this diagram, we can get that this is a phloem tissue. How we are getting this? Because we can see sieve tube, then we can see phloem parenchyma cells, then companion cells, and this perforated sieve tube. So because of the presence of these elements, it is a phloem tissue. So answer for A is, it is a phloem tissue. Okay. What is the reason? Due to presence of sieve tube, phloem parenchyma, companion cells, and sieve plate. Okay, because of the presence of these elements, we can clearly say that it is a phloem tissue. Now next part, one is A is done. Name the parts 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to label the parts 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 1 is elongated sieve tube. Okay. Now 2 is what? 2 is phloem parenchyma cells. So 2 is phloem parenchyma cells. Okay. Now 3 is enclosure with sieve tube. So 3 is companion cell. Now fourth is what? Fourth is sieve plate. Okay. Now next part. Where is this tissue likely to be found in plants? So this phloem tissue, it is likely to be found in vascular bundles. Our vascular bundles contains xylem and phloem. So it is likely to be found in vascular bundles. Now next part. State the function of parts 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have to write the functions of all the parts 1, 2, 3 and 4. So part 1. Part 1 is sieve tube. So what is the function of sieve tube? The function of sieve tube is to transport the food from the leaves to the storage organs and other parts of the plant. So whatever food is being prepared in the leaves, from there that food is transported to the storage organs and other parts of the plant. So to transport food from leaves to storage organs and other parts of the plant. Now function of part 2. So what is part 2? Part 2 is phloem parenchyma. So phloem parenchyma, it is responsible for storing food in the form of starch, and it also stores fat and other organic nutrients. So it stores starch, fats and other organic nutrients. Now part 3 is companion cell. So what is the function of companion cell? Companion cells, it helps in the functioning of sieve tube element. So sieve tube, it transports the material. So it is, this companion cell is helping in the functioning of sieve tube. So helps in functioning of sieve tube. Now the function of the last part, which is sieve plate. So this sieve plate is perforated to allow nutrients to flow, okay, through it. So presence of perforation in its cross wall to allow nutrients to flow. So cross wall perforation. Perforation means a small opening. Cross wall perforation allows nutrients to flow. Okay, and nutrients to flow and to move to the next sieve tube element. So this was all about this question. Now let's see another question. Let's solve this last question. Study the diagram and answer the question. So this is the diagram and we have to answer the question. So part 1 is identify the cell. So we can see in the given diagram that it is a nerve cell or a neuron. So answer for A part is it is a nerve cell or neuron. Okay, nerve cell is also known as neuron. Now next part, name the parts labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to label the parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, okay. In 1, you may get confused with dendrites and cell body, because this whole is also representing cell body consisting of dendrites, nucleus and cytosol. Okay, and it may also point to this dendrites which are present. So it was not very clearly visible in your book whether it is referring to dendrites or cell body. So we can write like this. It is cell body consisting of dendrites. So if the answer is cell body, you will get mark, or if the answer is dendrites, you will get the mark. So you may manipulate your answer like this: cell body consisting of dendrites, if you are confused whether it is cell body or it is dendrites. Now part 2. Part 2 is clearly visible as axon. Okay, now part 3. Part 3 is the nucleus. Now part 4 is the cytosol or perikaryon. So part 4 is cytosol or perikaryon. Now part 5 is the neurolemma. It is the outer layer which is depicting this. So part 5 is neurolemma. Okay, now part 6 is axon ending. Part 6 is axon terminal or axon ending. Axon terminal or axon ending. Now next part, we have done part A and B. Next part, where is this cell likely to be found in the human body and what is its function? So this neuron or nerve cell is likely to be found in the nervous system, and this nervous system consists of a brain and spinal cord. So it is likely to be found in nervous system. Okay, consisting of brain and spinal cord. Now what is the function of this nerve cell? So the function of this nerve cell is to conduct or transmit impulses. So its function is to receive, conduct and transmits messages or impulses. Okay, impulses throughout the body. Okay, and here now we complete our chapter. So in the next lecture we will be starting with a new chapter, the flower. Okay, so till then take care. Thank you so much.